Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are seeing this beautiful face for the very first time, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Eddy, and if this is not your first time, welcome back. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. On today's episode, I have a topic that I want to discuss with you guys. This is something that I went through. This is like a personal story. This is something that I went through, and I would like to talk about it. I know that in one way or the other is going to like enlighten one or two people more about it. This is something that people struggle with, and I think they actually do not really know about it. Some, even as they are growing older, that is when they tend to like realize that okay, this is it. So I'm just going to talk about this topic based on my own experience and how I tend to struggle with it. First of all, I want to let us know that there is something called hypersensitivity. As you know, on this channel we tend to talk about career, health, and all other things because I'm a medical student and I like to enlighten people more about what I know. So I want to let us know that there is something called hypersensitivity, which most people, like commonly people refer to it as allergy. Guys, I am allergic to some things. Growing up, it was kind of difficult for me. Even my parents didn't realize that this was an allergy. It was becoming more or less like, okay, this girl is a sickler, she's always sick, she's always this, she's always that. My mom had to take me to the hospital. When she took me to the hospital, the doctor, I can't remember the way they put it, but it was looking at like, okay, I have some cells in my body that are not complete. And then, African parents now, my mom was rejecting it. Go forbid, I gave birth to a complete daughter. My daughter is this, my daughter is that. I didn't understand what they were talking about because I was still very small. And then at that period, that thing gets to me to the extent that I don't really like to mingle with people because I feel like, okay, when this thing happened, it's so, because that made me scared. Apart from what the doctor said was because if I go out, if I'm out with friends and all, and I start to like react to some things, people tend to be like, you're always doing this, you're always doing that, is it only you, are you not complete, what is wrong with you, blah 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 blah. So it really got to me to the extent that I start to feel like, okay, maybe the doctor was actually right. Maybe I have some cells in my body that are not complete. Maybe I am not a complete human being. So, but thank God for being God. When I got to medical school, we were taught this topic, and then I tend to like understand what was going on, and then I said, okay, this is it. And that is what brought about this topic. Hypersensitivity, most people call it allergy. Hypersensitivity is actually an undesirable reaction produced by the normal immune system. Our immune system, they are the system that provides something like protection against infection in our body. So everybody has an immune system, but it is not the same. It is not the same level. The level of my immune system is different from my immune system. So immune system, it's like a network, and what they do is to try as much as possible to fight against infection. And that is why most times they say that old people tend to fall sick more because their immune system are getting weak, and you cannot compare their immune system to young persons. So now they are usually hypersensitivity. They are usually referred to an overreaction, like your immune system is overreacting to something. Symptoms that are occurring, and this thing, people will be like, what is wrong with me? What is going on? Why am I doing this? These reactions, they can actually be damaging or uncomfortable. Mine wasn't damaging, but it was just uncomfortable. Like anytime this thing occurs, I'm not always okay with my body. Sometimes I feel like I should just rip off some part of my body because it is just not comfortable for my skin, for my body, internally, externally. And I tend to like try to adapt with it, but sometimes it doesn't work. So allergies, we have different types of allergies, which I am referring to as hypersensitivity. This thing, it can be immediate or delayed. Immediate in the sense that immediately your immune system reacts to this immediately, that you come in contact with something that your immune system is overreacting to, you tend to show symptoms. And then there are some that are delayed, that it has to take like hours or days before you start reacting to it. And then we have different types of allergies. We have food allergies. Mine have to do with food, mine have to do with smoke, mine have to do with dust and all other toxic smells like that. So it gets to me like, imagine my immune system is overreacting to like 4 things. How do I survive? What's going on? Am I the only one? I tend to embrace it. I tend to basically what I do is try to avoid coming in contact with those things. It is not all food. It's basically, I don't know, I just realized, okay, growing up, I know that I'm always reacting to one particular fish, but recently I've realized that it's becoming more cold and smoke has been there since my childhood. And if I visit someone now, okay, let's say where I'm coming from, the weather is very, very hot, I'm sweating and all that, and as I'm entering somebody's house, there is probably AC or fan here. You know, the weather from outside is different from that of inside now. So my body is supposed to like adapt to that AC and fan that I'm receiving. But no, instead I will start sneezing, guys. I'm going to sneeze like 8 times before my body will now say, okay, we are now in a new area, which doesn't make sense. I remember one time I went to camp and then I started sneezing. This was due to dust on the road. So I started sneezing and then someone was like, you are always having kata. Is it only you? It is not my fault. So things happen when I come in contact with smoke. If someone is cooking in the kitchen, like you cannot bleach palm oil where I am. If you are bleaching palm oil, I have to run from that house and go to the next building or use nose mask. And all these things, people feel like, oh, she's not complete. It's not as if I'm not complete. My immune system is just overreacting to these things, and which is normal. There are some people that when they take, I know of people that when they take peanuts, their skin reacts to it. Like some, it will be immediate. They will start having skin rash, and there are some people that is going to be like a delayed occurrence. That is going to take like days, and they will be wondering that, what's going on? I don't have rash on my face before. Why am I getting this? Why am I getting eczema? Why am I getting that? It is basically because of something they ate few days back. Their immune system is reacting to it, but it is not an immediate reaction. It is actually a delayed one. That is why they didn't realize that, okay, it was something they ate a few days ago. And there is another one. I noticed that growing up, I realized that my mom, she reacts a lot to jewelry. She uses all these chain, bracelets, all these wristwatches. And the next minute she removes that wristwatch, trust me, you are going to see something like, I don't know how to describe it, but that skin is not going to be looking like the normal skin. Something like eczema, something like skin rash, a lot of things are going to just happen at that specific area alone. And all these things, they are allergy. Guys, they are normal. Don't let anybody make you feel like they are not complete. Or recently, my best friend noticed that, okay, she's kind of allergic to orange. Growing up, you would think that, okay, growing up, she did not notice this thing before. Now like after 20 something years of her life, that's when she's now realizing that, okay, she's allergic to something. So some people don't even get to know until later in life. Allergy can be due to either environmental factor or genetic. This thing, they are hereditary. That of cold and smoke that I have is hereditary. I got it from my dad. Growing up, you cannot sweep beside me. I'm going to sneeze the hell out of my nose, and my nose will start itching. If I sleep at night and I wake up in the morning, maybe there is just little dust on my bed or something, guys, I'm going to be, so that you will know that, okay, this girl, she's not awake. You will be, if you are in the next room, you'll be hearing me sneezing continuously. That means I'm awake. And I don't understand why you'll be with a stranger or someone that you've not been together before, and then you are together, the next morning you woke up and you started sneezing, the person will be like, what's going on? Are you okay? Are you fine? I'm the only person that knows that, okay, this is allergy. I'm reacting to something. My immune system is overreacting to something. Guys, these things are normal. Don't let anybody make you react. There are lots of skin allergies. Apart from food, apart from jewelry, apart from smoke, apart from dust. We have dust, we have smoke, we have perfumes. Guys, don't choke me with your perfume. Because that is why I feel like, okay, am I normal? My allergies are too much. I react to so many things. And then when the time of face masks now become a trend. Before now, there was a time my mom told me that, okay, anywhere you are going, make sure you go out with face mask. So I started implementing that last year January, and then not long after, I got tired of it. Like, how will I be using face mask everywhere? Not knowing that Corona is gonna come. So now if I use face mask, I think it's normal. Meanwhile, allergy is part of the reason why I'm using face mask. So sometimes if I want to bleach palm oil, at least I have to go. So if I'm in the kitchen and I have to bleach palm oil, I have to use face mask. And there is a way I used to do my cooking that it doesn't really affect me too much. But you know, when someone is doing the cooking and you are not in the kitchen with the person, it's going to affect me. So these are some of the things that I feel like, okay, I should enlighten you guys more about it, so that you will not, because I know that there is someone somewhere that will be thinking that, is this thing normal? Why do I use this thing and this thing happens to me? Why didn't my mommy react to this? Why is my sister not reacting to this? It is because your immune system is different. Of the signs of this hypersensitivity is sneezing, runny nose, redness of eyes, diarrhea, eczema, and lot. Even coughing. People cough when they are reacting. Some people actually do go for tests to detect this. Like maybe when they are little, they are always sneezing and doing all that stuff, showing some kind of reaction. So their parents will take them to the hospital, and then they will run some tests on them, and then they will realize that, okay, it is actually the immune system. And basically, the way you can manage it, the way I have been managing mine, is to try as much as possible to avoid coming in contact with all those things. I know of someone that is allergic to flowers. This person can't stand beside flowers. So you know that you are allergic to this thing. Why do you have to stay beside the thing? Why do you have to come in contact with the thing? So to avoid the reaction coming up all the time, you know that you are allergic to granite, you know that you are allergic to one thing or the other. So the only basic thing to do is to manage it, is to avoid coming in contact. And then I realized that I made some research that I realized that people actually use drugs like anti something. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to be mentioning drugs, and I'm not a pharmacist. So there are some that it gets to a stage that people start using drugs for it. But basic truth is, the only way is just to avoid coming in contact with all those things, and that's it. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you've learned one or two things. As much as I'm happy making this video, I hope you are happy watching this video too. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to click the subscription button, guys. Do it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share with family and friends. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. What do you think? What's your allergy? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys. See you next time. Goodbye.